I do not know how I have missed this place all these years. I don't even know what to say. It appears that everything's just stuck in here at random. I'm way out in the middle of nowhere, and there is absolutely more traffic here than in town. But anyway, that's not what's important. I mean, I don't know how you would even know who's in here. I mean, somebody knows. Now that I mentioned traffic, no one is around. This is a well-kept cemetery, obviously. It always has been. But you can see the stones that are just popping out of the ground everywhere. And some have sunk, some have fallen down, some have washed into the dirt. And I know I tell the same stories every time I come into a cemetery, but the places are fascinating to me. They're not scary. They used to be scary when I was little. Woodman of the World Memorial. I've always wondered what that was. Woodman of the World. I don't know what the other words are. Right there. W.J. Bowling, 1880 to 1911. 31 years old. I've been studying my mathematics. Yes, while a breath, a pulse remains, will I remember thee. I'm not good with sentences, but I didn't follow that one. Rosa Bowling, Dover, 1882 to 1928. Asleep in Jesus, 82, 92. Wait, like 82 to this 20 or so, 40-ish. That's young. That was the mother. This place is up in the hills, so anyone who drives by is going to sound like they're in a race car. 26 to 28. So little. There's another small one in the bush here, baby. Arnold Jack Hurst, 1933 to 1933, October to November. AJH. Another child. January to April, 37. Another child. Another child, 1930 to 48. 18 years old. It's beautiful out here though, isn't it? It's peaceful. Jesse Franklin Clark, private, Alabama Infantry, 41 to 13. So they made it through the Civil War. Elizabeth M., wife of Clark, born 1818, passed 1861. There's several dates on there. Infant son, 1901. (1892 to 1894). 2 years old. Know this for a fact, that these children instantly with the Lord. Sarah Jane, that's a pretty name. 52 years old, 4 months. Potty, or Prudy. Did it say Prudy? Spears, 1873 to 1984. That's a long time. Unless my mathematics are bad. (1831 to 1913). It's crazy because when I grow up the rest of the way and go ahead and pass away, I will have been born in the 1900s and passed away in the 2000s. And everybody, somebody someday will be walking through. And no, they won't, because I'm going to be dumped in a creek somewhere, so I won't have a stone. But if I did, they say, wow, this person was born in 1800 and passed in 1900. And then for me, it'll be, wow, that person was born in 1900 and passed in the 2000s. It's so long ago. And then 90 years from there, people in the 2100s will be saying the same thing. Isn't it crazy? But it doesn't end. This is not the end for those who believe. 1873 to 1895. No, wait a minute. Married. There's too many numbers on it. Born 1873. Married in 1895, passed in 1920. I've told y'all before, there's a few of these flat stones laying in the woods next to the camp. Claudie Strickland, 1896 to 1896. Wow. December the 4th to December the 30th. Sarah Jane, 52 years old. There's so many that are just rocks. I guess they're all rocks. You just shave them down, you carve something in it. It's wild when I walk through a place like this. I immediately think of, oh, check this one. Confederate States Army, 1826 to 1864. James Darling Hearn. You can imagine his parents hollering at him in the yard. Hey, JD, get in the house, boy. Get the cow. But I get in a place like this, and you assume, people back then, that everyone was a professing Christian. Well, they weren't. Not everyone. But I do know this, that the dead in Christ will rise first, and those who are alive and remain will be caught up in the air with them. And I am excited about that day. The only sad part of that day, which shouldn't be sad, is that I'll realize all the people I did not share the truth of Christ with. 1843 to 1885. So young. There's a whole bunch of black vultures way over there circling. Generally, way out in the woods like this, which this place is way out, pretty far from the town. When you see something like that, it's because a hunter made an attempt to harvest and never found their deer. Obed, son of T.W. and M.E. Spurlin, 1910 and 1910, October to November. Just a few days. Look at the name on this one. Arzilla Udalia, wife of M.C. Cotton. I wonder if that's the same name as the MC, like MC Hammer. 1866 to 1896. Cemetery established 1849. The cross was put up in 2012. 1849. So no one out here should have. So none of these rock stones were here before 1849. I don't know. Vietnam. In the midst of all the stories, I want to tell you a fun fact that may not be so fun for some, but it's just a fact that I know. There is a leg, and only a leg, at one of these stones, if my memory serves me incorrectly. And the leg was lost by a little girl in roughly 1948, I'm guessing, in a farming accident. And then I think her family buried the leg for her, since that's where body parts go, I guess. I don't know. I know that sounds terrible, but it's a true story. Augustus Strickland, 31st Alabama Infantry, Company E, a private. Oh, look. It's on there in like script. Wow, it's barely there. That says 1848, 1863. Maybe that's a different person. Wow. It's in cursive, so there are no children today who could read that. No kids. Okay. Two Stricklands. 31st Alabama Infantry, the private. Augustus, 35 to 1902. Second Sergeant, Hearst Company, Alabama Reserve. There was a Hearst Company? CSA, 1816 to 1899. I've never heard of the Hearst Company. But there were a lot started up during the Civil War. A lot of different countries. A lot of different companies. Our Father, D.S. Smith, 1824 to 1895. James Pinckney Armstrong. private. DENTS battery. 1848 to 1867. Well, that's young. And you wonder if they passed as a result of fighting in the war. A lot of these young men may not have even known what they were fighting for. John Clark Smith. Private Hearst Company, Alabama Reserve, Confederate States Army, 1814 to 1898. So 14, 24, 34, 44, 54, 64. So they were, let's see, 1862 or 1863. Well, they were almost 50 years old and they were a private. Unless they, I just don't know when Hearst Company began. I'll need to research and search again, 1814 to 1898. Manasseh Gregg, 1900 to 1903. And then on the tip top of the cemetery is Emma and Coleman Moore. Emma was born in 77 to 50 to 1859. In my father's house are many rooms. He said he goes to prepare us a place there. The absolute number of just stones in the ground sticking up is fascinating to me, isn't it? This one just has a heart. Webster, wife of Henry Newsom. Born May, died 1880. Mary Newsom. Mary E. Newsom, daughter of Mr. and Miss Hilda, born 1850. Resting till the resurrection morn. That's 1 Thessalonians 4. The Lord will descend from heaven with a shout, with the sound of a trumpet, and the voice of an archangel, and those in Christ shall rise first. Like I said earlier, and the rest of us who are alive and remain will be caught up in the air with them. We're all bold about things we believe, especially unbiblical things. So those of us who know the Lord, if we're half as bold, then get out and tell people the truth. Because they're going to tell you what they believe is the truth. So you share what you know to be the truth. Yeah, people have stopped watching your videos. Yeah, people have stopped listening to your stories. But God's word never returns void. It's beautiful, isn't it? I don't know why this place is, I've just never stopped here before. And there's many more. But I am on a, I am supposed to be focused right now and heading somewhere else, but I had a slight detour. For those of you who know my dad's story, that he broke his femur and he's in therapy. This happened July 3, and it is now November, mid-November. This morning I went to see him and he wasn't feeling well. And he's finally got cleared to put a little exercise on that leg, which is good. John Dover, 7th Alabama Cavalry. So this morning I went to see him. Me and his best friend Charles, who's always been there when I can't be, to help him out and serve him. And he wasn't feeling well, so I talked to the nurse, James Shady, 34th Georgia Infantry, 42 to 15. So 1842, 52, 62. Don't get mad at me because I can't do math. I'm doing it on my fingers as I say it. There's a 42, there's a 52, and a 62. The war started in 63-ish. So James, 40, 50, 62. It's 20-something years old. I don't know what the rest of the letters mean. But anyway, long story short, Daddy wasn't feeling well. I got him in there to check him, and he said, well, they said, well, he's got a request to be checked and tested. Daddy don't ask anybody for anything. Never has. So I said, yeah, he wants to be checked for everything. Because I can do that. He's got COVID. So now he's in quarantine. So that's not good. He's never had COVID all these years. I've had it about 35 times. I'm actually a professional COVIDeer. And anyway, just letting y'all know, because I know a bunch of y'all care. And I wanted to show you this place. I'm going to show you exactly where I am. Union D Baptist Church. Bro Rick. What up, bro? I've never been to this church. Maybe I should pop in and say, hello, Moto. Thanks for watching my video.